What up, comic book fam? Happy new comic book day, the last one of 2021, December 29th. It was a very light week overall. Not a lot of books coming out this week. I had a tough time coming up with the top 10, but when I got into the shop, I did not have a tough time going over my 10 book limit. Let's get right into it. Starting off with DC Comics, as always, we've got The Human Target #3. Now, I am not wild about this series, but I'm definitely interested in it. But I am wild about this Greg Smallwood art. I really enjoy it. I like how it looks. I like how the colors have been popping on his covers. So I've been sucked in by those Greg Smallwood covers. And then I had to go ahead and get that Stanley Lau Art Germ B cover. That was a dope cover. It was also, both of these covers were on my top 10 list this week, so had to go ahead and snag them. Looking forward to jumping back in. Next up, we've got Catwoman from Rom V. Now, I somehow forgot to grab this last week, this beautiful Jenny Frison cover. I have been grabbing these covers, but not reading the books. I do plan to read them eventually because I've been grabbing every one. But missed out on it last week. Was glad to grab the last one on the shelf this week. So there it is, Catwoman 38. Still with DC Comics, we've got Robin #9 from Joshua Williamson. Now, he's been keeping me entertained with this one, Joshua Williamson has, so I've been sticking with it. I successfully avoided grabbing that Francis Manipool B cover. I really did like it, but I didn't want to triple up on covers for this one because I did have to have that Crystal Kong 1 in 25 incentive. I loved this cover. It was my #2 cover of the week. So when I saw it there for 15 bucks at my shop, I said, screw it, give that bad boy to me. Still with DC Comics, we've got The Swamp Thing, Green Hell from Jeff Lemire, who has become one of my favorite writers. So when I saw he was writing this, it was very hard for me to resist it. So I was gonna go ahead and get it. And then it was further confirmed when I checked out Robbie over at Pop Culture Philosophers, and he made this one his book of the week. So definitely excited to jump in on this one. It looks cool. Moving on to Marvel Comics, we've got Amazing Spider-Man 83. Now, I am not fully caught up with Amazing Spider-Man, but I have started the Ben Reilly run after Nick Spencer, and I'm definitely interested in it. I'm actually way more interested in it than I was in the Spencer run. I jumped in really late on Spencer. I think 59 was really my first one that I got. So at that point in time, Spencer was so deep into his run that I just really had no clue what was going on. Plus you had all these callbacks to things I had no idea about. So I was just lost most of the time on the Spencer run, where I don't feel lost at all in this one. I feel like I have a strong grasp of what the story is telling me and what's going on, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm curious about Ben Reilly and this Beyond Corporation. Now, obviously, they're your typical sleazy corporation, or at least it seems to be the case, so I'll be interested to see how the team reacts to that. I think it was Monica Rambeau that came in on the last one that I saw. So super interested in this one now, actually definitely sticking in with Amazing Spider-Man 83. Next up from Marvel, we've got Devil's Reign #2. Now I actually have not got around to reading #1 yet, but I did finish the Zdarsky run on Daredevil, and this is a continuation of that, and I was looking forward to it. Loving me some Elektra as Daredevil, and interested in Daredevil and what he's going to do now that he's finally out of jail. So locked in on #2 from Chip Zdarsky. Still with Marvel Comics, we've got Timeless. This is a Kang story, Kang the Conqueror story that I guess has got that's pretty good. So looking forward to getting in on this one. I am really interested in Kang. I am ready for Kang Mania when it finally hits in the MCU. So definitely grabbing all the information I can about it. Jed McKay's writing it. He's also writing Moon Knight. I'm feeling it. So I'm feeling Jed McKay style so far. Definitely excited to jump in on this one. Moving on to Image Comics, we've got Stray Dogs Dog Days #1 of 2. I guess this is a prequel to the Stray Dogs that we all know and love. Definitely in for that. I love these Tris Forstner and Tony Fleece covers, so they've been great as well. For that reason, I had to go ahead and pick up that B cover from them. My top 10 list was mostly full of Stray Dogs covers, but I really wanted to give you as many of them as I could, at least as many of the dope ones as I could, because there was a number of dope ones. but I didn't have any of the variants in my stores, so I went ahead and stuck with these two. Moving on to Dark Horse Comics, we've got May's book number 5, again from Jeff Lemire. This is one of the books that I've really been feeling from Jeff Lemire. We've got a dad who lost his daughter, but he thinks that she's stuck in this maze and he actually can get her back, and so he's going through that journey. The art would not work in every sort of book, but it absolutely works in this sort of dreamy book that he's writing here, this sort of hazy daisy book. So really enjoying this one, excited to jump back in for number 5. Moving on to Source Point Press, we've got Good Boy number 1. This one's been getting a little bit of buzz in the comic book community, and it was enough to get me interested in it. We've got a world where humans and dogs are actually equals, and we have these partners, one a dog, one a human, who are mercenaries. They decide to retire. Some folks don't appreciate them retire, come in, they kill the human, and now the dog is out for revenge. I liked the art. There's some dope covers on this one, so it was enough interest for me to bring it in and check it out. We've got number 1 here that came out a month ago, I think, and then we've got number 2 that came out this week. So I'll be jumping in on this one and see if the hype is real. Excited to do that. All right, and then my shop, Pop Culture Comics, was having a sale over there in Overland Park, Kansas, and part of the sale was on trade paperbacks. So when I saw this book 1 for Barbaric, I had to grab it. One of my top books of the year. Just gutted that we've only got 3 books out of it. Really wanted more. Looking forward to more next month, but this is one that I'm going to hand out to my friends and hopefully get them hooked into it. We'll see how it goes, but excited to have it in my collection. Love those hardcovers, man. They're nice. All right, as always, let me know, what was your read of the week? What was your cover of the week? Always interested in what you guys are hype about, because I might be hype about it too. As far as me, read of the week is going to be Stray Dogs Dog Days number 1. It was number 1 on my list this week, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this story, how they're going to tell it this time. So excited to jump back in on this one. Hopefully it delivers. As far as cover of the week and what I was able to grab, no question about it, going with that Robin number 9, 1 in 25 incentive from Crystal Kung. It was my number 2 cover of the week, and I really liked it. Was excited to see it under ratio at my shop. But you probably have a better cover of the week, better read of the week. Let me know down below what you got for me. But that's all I got for you. Until next time, peace, comic book fam.